Hello and welcome to All Things Nitty's Crochet channel. This week I've brought you the Sunshine Mandala Granny Square. This is a truly versatile pattern where you can make loads of squares and add them for a nice patchwork blanket, or you can just keep continuing working a granny square for a bigger blanket. You could keep them this size, lovely little washcloth. Slightly bigger, you've got a dish towel. It's so easy and so quick once you get the hang of it. It does begin using the magic ring technique. However, if you do struggle with this, I've put a video in the description box below that will go through it in more detail. And if it's something you just can't do, you can begin with a chain of 5 and then join to the first and then start building. But you'll have a bigger gap here, like on the wee circle here. So we're going to begin. You're going to need some double knit yarn and use the correct hook recommended. Okay, and we'll begin. Okay, so let's begin. Like I say, this will begin using the magic ring technique. So to do that, wrap it round your 2 fingers and cross over and bring the yarn to the back and hold between your pinky and your third finger. Well, that's what I do. Go under the first and over the second. Pull that loop through. Now put your hook right down, face down the way to 6 o'clock. Twist up to 12 o'clock, and now you've got a little loop. Take your 2 fingers out, and we're going to pull the working yarn through for your chain, and that's us got our little circle. Okay, so for your very first stitch, you're not going to chain anything. What you're going to do is you're going to go in under the bar, yarn over and pull up a loop. You have 2 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2, and then under the left loop, put your hook under that left loop, yarn over, pull through, you have 2 again, yarn over, pull through 2, and that counts as our first double crochet using US terms. Okay, so you're going to make 15 more for a total of 16 double crochets. Yarn over into the ring, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, I just hook it onto my middle finger. So yarn over. I always put my thumb into the loop before I do my yarn over, and that just stabilizes the base and stops the stitch from slipping up and making it bigger. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Like I say, you want a total of 16, and then stop, and we'll just move on to the next row together. Okay, so you've got 16. You're now going to pull the tail. You're not going to pull this loop completely shut until later. Okay, so pull the loop just to make it into a circle, but don't fully close it yet. You do that in a couple of rows and it stops it from warping, kind of like that. Okay, so you're going to slip stitch into the top of that funny one that we made where we did it like a chainless turn. Okay, so right through, you're going to slip stitch, and now we'll begin row 2. To begin, you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and into the same stitch you're going to work a half double crochet. Okay, so the first one is always different to the rest. So we have 2 stitches here, so this counts as our cluster and a chain 1. That's what we're going to be doing around. So like I say, this one's different. So to start that, you don't chain anything between the first and the second, and you're going to go into this stitch and do a 2-in-1 stitch. So yarn over, pull a loop through, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over again, go into the same stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, and then yarn over, pull through all 4. So that gives you 2 stitches, 2 posts, but 1 stitch. So chain 1. So you don't chain between the first and the second, but from now on you do. Into the next stitch through both loops, yarn over, through both loops, pull a loop through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, into the stitch again, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 4. Chain 1. I'll show you one more time. So you pull up a loop, pull through 2, and then pull through 4. So it's kind of like a double crochet cluster, but we jump a step and just pull through 4. Chain 1 and continue around. When you get to the last stitch, stop, and we'll finish the round together. Okay, so I've just got one more cluster to do. I've chained 1 into that stitch and work a 2-in-1 stitch. It's very important you remember to finish by chaining 1. And now, how we get this one that's different when we're working the clusters, the stitch that you work into is right between these two posts. It's centered. So in order to replicate that for the first one, what you're going to do is you're going to skip this first whole cluster. So if you separate them, skip these two, and into that stitch there, you're going to work a slip stitch. And when you do that, what it does is, if you can see, the stitch that we're going to be working into is now centered around this one that is always different. We're going to start round 3, and again, the first one is different. So this was a cluster of 2, so now we're working a cluster of 3. To start that, chain 3. Again, this one's different, so that counts as our first post. Now, into that stitch, you're going to work a 2 double crochet cluster. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, back into the same stitch, yarn over, and we're not going through 4 like the 2 and 1. We're going to do this cluster properly. We're going to pull through 2, and then once we have 3, yarn over, pull through 3, and that gives us a 3 double crochet cluster. Chain 2. Okay, so here's our next cluster, but what we're going to do is we're not working into this gap down here. We're going to be using this stitch that's centered in the middle, and you're going to go through the back loop and the extra loop at the back that you can see here. So 3 double crochet cluster through that space. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go back in, pull up and pull through 2, and one more time, yarn over, pull through 2, and now you have 4 loops, yarn over, pull through 4, and chain 2. 1, 2. Into the next, so we skip here, and we're working into this centre here, the back loop, and there's a little extra loop. It's harder to see than it is to feel, so you'll know when you've got 2 loops there and just 1 loop at the bottom. Okay, so another 3 double crochet cluster. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, one more time, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 4, and chain 2. So chain 1, 2. You're going to repeat that again. Skip 1 into the next stitch and that back loop, work a 3 double crochet cluster. Do that all the way around. Stop when you've got 1 more to do, and I'll just go over it with you. Okay, so I've got 1 more cluster to do. After my chain 2, I'm going to find that where we're working into and the back loop, and work a 3 double crochet cluster. Don't worry if your work starts to curl up at the sides, it'll flatten out in a wee minute. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and chain 2. Again, to do this where it's in the middle, we're going to skip this whole cluster and chain into, slip stitch, into the stitch after the cluster. So work a slip stitch. Okay, and that just puts the stitch where you're working to right in the centre. We're going to chain 3, and again, this first one is slightly different. Now working into this chain here, this counts as our first, so we're going to work a 3 double crochet cluster and that will make it 4 in total. Okay, so through that chain, find the loop and work a 3 double crochet cluster. Just remember that the first one here counts. Pull through 2 and then pull through, and now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. So the first one is different. You're going to skip the cluster, working into this chain that's not the stitch, so not this one, right in the centre. You're going to work a 4 double crochet cluster, and that's the repeat for this round. 4 double crochet cluster. So you yarn over and pull through 2. You do that 4 times. 2, 3, and 4, and then yarn over, pull through all 5. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Again, skip the cluster and into the chain, and work a 4 double crochet cluster. That's the repeat. I'll show you it one more time, or you can just continue doing that, and I'll get you at the last stitch. Okay, just remember to chain 3. Okay, so I'm just about to do the last 4 double crochet cluster, and then we're going to fasten our circle part off. So last cluster in here, just remember chain 3. And for the last one, this is where you're just going to slip into that top corner. Okay, so now you're actually just going to fasten this off completely. So just slip stitch and pull through and tighten up. Now this is when I like to pull the tail to close that middle circle, and it just stops it and it keeps it in a nice circle shape. Okay, so we're now going to start squaring it off, and to do that you're going to change colour. Okay, and once you've got your new colour, into the cluster that we just finished, go into the next one here, place your hook under the bar, introduce your new colour. I always put the tail over the loop and just hold it, and now we're going to chain 3. No, sorry, we're going to chain 4. When beginning the first square off corner, you're going to be working extended double crochet, so it's chain 4 instead. Yarn over, go into the stitch, this one counts, we're going to work 2 more extended double crochet. So to do that, it's yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's 2, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's 3, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and into the same space you're going to work 3 extended double crochet. So it's yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 1, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now to work into our next, so you can see that starts to our square, we're going to chain 1 but loose, chain it loose. Into the next, in between the clusters and under like the bar, you're going to work 3 normal double crochets. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And one more. Loose chain 1. And now to keep this line nice and straight, the next one we need to make it a little bit shorter, so we're going to work 3 half double crochets. Yarn over and work 3 half double crochets. So just yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, pull through 3, and yarn over, pull through 3. Loosely chain 1, and now we're going to repeat this one so that it keeps the line straight. So 3 normal double crochets. Yarn over, pull through 2, and work 3 double crochet. Chain 1, and now we're going to work our next corner. So it's 3 extended double crochet, chain 3, 3 extended double crochet. Pull through 1, pull through 2, pull through 2. 1, 2, and 2. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And in the same space, you're going to work 3 more extended double crochet. And that's us done our first side of the square. And it's just a repeat all the way around. So you can see, if you pull your corners up, you can see it's a nice straight line, and we're going to start squaring off along this line now. So chain 1, in here you're going to work 3 normal double crochet. Chain 1, 3 half double crochet. Chain 1, 3 normal double crochet, chain 1, and then work your corner, 3 extended double crochet, chain 3, 3 extended. Do that all the way around, and I'll get you when you're just about to join up to make our square. Okay, so I'm just about to join my round up, so I've chained 1, and into the very top stitch of that chain 4, you're going to work a slip stitch. Okay, so now we're just going to begin that normal granny square pattern, where your next round you'll chain 4, and that counts as your last double crochet and the chain 1. So in this square here, when we come right round, you'll only work 2 and slip stitch. Okay, so 4. Now we're going to work the corner, and it's just double crochet the whole way. So it's 3 normal double crochet, 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet, and then chain. Once you've done your corner, we'll chain 1, chain 1, and in the next space work 3 normal double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, all the way around till, well, across, and then when you get to your corner, 3 normal double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet, all the way around, and I'll get you at the very end of the row. Okay, so I'm just about to do my last one, and if you remember, I says this one counts as our last double crochet, so under here we're just going to do 2 double crochet, and then we'll slip stitch into the top So count up 1, 2, 3. Make sure it's the third one and not the chain 1. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. This is where we're slipping. Have your V, slip stitch. So the next row, we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to work in the back loop only. We're going to work a full round of herringbone half double crochet. So yarn over into the back loop only of the next stitch, yarn over, and then slip stitch through the first stitch, and now you've got 2, yarn over, pull through 2, back loop only, and then find that little third loop there. So in your chains it will just be the back loop, and the top of these stitches you're going to work through both parts. So yarn over, pull through, you have 3 loops. You don't yarn over, you just slip stitch through the first, and then yarn over, pull through 2. And now we've come to the chain 3 of our corner. In the first one, herringbone half double crochet. And now we've come to the corner. We're going to work a herringbone half double crochet, chain 2, and then another. Okay, so chain 2, and then one more herringbone half double. And repeat, back loop only. And when you get to the actual double crochets, you're going to make sure you've got that little loop in the back. Continue to do that, herringbone half double crochet and back loop only. Work the corner, so it's 1, chain 2, work a stitch all the way around, and I'll get you just to show you where we're finishing off, and then that's it done. Okay, so I'm just about to do my last couple of herringbones and fasten off. And to do that, you're just going to slip stitch right into that top corner, and that would be you. So like I say, you can, this is where you would, if you wanted to join up your squares, you could either sew them invisibly using the back loops or slip stitch them. It's up to yourself. You could do where you've got the opposites, obviously just squashed up so you could see, join them, or continue making them for a beautiful big blanket. So that was the Sunshine Mandala Granny Square. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please let me know in the comments. If you could make sure you're subscribed to the channel, it really does help. And I will see you next Sunday. Bye now.